tough. But it's all the guys who are good to go and that are healthy enough for both the situations.
Were there any, what kind of reaction did players had about just packing for another long trip and having been away so much last season as well? Do you get any trepidation about it? Or, I mean, not trepidation, are they not as excited as they maybe past years when you go on one of these?
I mean, no one's told me yet. I think our guys understand the challenges of going to the East Coast back to back. I didn't totally understand that until I came here. Everyone told me that you needed to go early, and I told them I'd never done that. I don't agree, and I kind of learned the hard way after watching everyone barely awake the first game. So I think our guys understand. It kind of just is what it is, and I think you make the best of it. I mean, guys do enjoy being together. At least now, when you do get together, you don't have to necessarily be in your rooms the entire time. That was the tough part about Arizona, just with the situation the whole world was in. But right now, we're excited to go to Detroit, and when that's over, we'll get a week at the Greenbrier and then be ready for Philly.
I'm sure you have an idea of what you want to do tomorrow, but do you on Saturday kind of wake up and see how the health of the team appears at that point before deciding on elevations from the practice squad?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that goes up usually till, when you have guys questionable and doubtful, you don't make any final decision until they're completely out. So you leave everything up, but you're doing that each day. I talk with all the position groups, all the coordinators, all the players are ready for every possibility, and that's why you try to do reps preparing that as best you could throughout the week. And but by the time Saturday afternoon comes, you usually got a good idea.
The Lions are obviously in rebuilding mode. You guys are pretty large road favorite. Do you have to, with this team, talk about the NFL don't overlook anyone and all that?
No, I don't believe so at all. I don't feel that from our team. Our guys are ready to play, and I think our guys understand how this league works. Favorites, all that stuff, what's on paper has nothing to do with anything. This is a very tough game, and if you don't come and play your best or expect to have to play your best, not only will you lose, but you get embarrassed very quick. And I know there's some real good players over there. I know there's some really good coaches, and I know they're going to come out firing, and I do not expect us to surprise us. Good, guys? Man, I love Fridays. All right, see you guys.
Yeah, it meant a lot. Just being able to, know that everybody had my back and stuff like that and voted for me and the organization. They appreciate what I've done thus far. Even with my journey and stuff like that, it's truly a blessing, man. And I can't get any more excited. But it's just like I said, I'm just happy to be, a captain for the team, and I'm gonna try to represent it well. So that's one of my biggest things.
Change anything? Does it change your mindset? Does
No, it doesn't change my mindset. The only thing that's going to change is the fact that I got a C on my chest. But I've always felt like I was had a leadership mentality. A captain mindset. It's just taking a long time to get to it. But nah, it's honestly just one of those things where I'm just happy about it, and yeah.
How do you feel about playing on artificial surfaces? Do you get a little bit of extra speed on those?
Yeah. I've played here before. Actually, the last time I played here was my freshman year in college. So back in 2012, yeah, bowl game, Little Caesar Bowl. But I mean, artificial or not, it's the same thing for me. I do have a little extra bounce on the turf, but I'm excited. I can't wait to go out there and fly around and stuff like that with my brothers out there.
Are you guys able to do more different things in the run game here, and are you looking forward to that? I mean, for the runs that you had against Green Bay and that playoff game were sort of up the middle runs and go deep down the field.
Yeah, we're able to, unlock a little bit more in the run game. I'm excited about it. Having Trey and Jimmy work, different meshes, different reads and stuff like that, and give different looks and everything. It's gonna be exciting, and I can't wait for you guys to see what's in store. And there's a lot of good packages and stuff like that we're gonna be implementing throughout the season and stuff like that. So it's fun, man. It's gonna be exciting, like I said.
You told the young guys in the running back room would do anything to try and get them ready for Sunday.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I told them was, hey, you're here for a reason. You got to go out there and play your game. What got you here, plus more. But don't put that burden on your shoulders. Just go out there and just have fun. It's just like any other game that you've been playing. These guys have been playing for, ever since they were little boys and stuff like that. So to be able to play in this league, you have to have that mindset of, hey, I'm just gonna go out there and dominate and do what I do, do what I always done. So that's what I try to tell them. Never get too high, never get too low with your assignment, and just go out there and just execute at the highest level.
Obviously, it was about wanting to bulk up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
to handle more of a workload. Were there any changes similar to that you made this offseason?
Yeah. I gained more muscle mass and stuff like that, and my weight as well. But I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like I'm at my best right now. Just can't wait to go out there and just show you guys what I'm capable of. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really exciting for sure.
Have you bonded with Tim Sherfield just for your similar backgrounds?
Mm-hmm.
He's a special teams guy, more than a special guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Trent Sherfield is definitely one of those guys that I really admire a lot. Just being able to see how he comes into the building. He's new to the whole training staff, and not too many people know who he is. I noticed him, prior to, because of what he's been able to do at the gunner position with Carolina or the Cardinals. Sorry, excuse me, but. Yeah, it was exciting seeing him watching him play and stuff like that. He has that same tenacity like I do out there. He gives his heart and soul on every play, just something similar to what I do. We're both two cut from different cloths, but we have the same mindset and mentality, which I love seeing out there. Especially seeing him grow and turn into a role, that leadership role in the receiver room. He comes up to me, he talks to me, and he's like, "Hey, Raheem, you got any tips as far as like what it takes to get through to the guys and stuff like that?" I just try to tell him, "Hey, man, be yourself. That's the most important thing, and guys will follow suit. They'll be themselves, and you'll be able to interact with guys a lot more. So being able to see what he went through when he first got here to where he's at now is just unbelievable, man. It's spectacular in itself."
Do you guys ever overlap as core special teams players going against each other?
No, I don't believe so. Yeah, he was a gunner, of course, and I'm, you know, when I was playing punt return, I was inside, so I didn't really get to go out there and vice him up and stuff like that. But I know that he's a competitor and stuff like that, and that's, um, you know, going into the week when we would play the Cardinals, HT would tell us, hey, look, you know, you got to watch out for this guy, Sherfield, because he does make plays, he gets down the field, and you know, he's definitely one guy that you have to circle on your board. So even so on offense too, you see what he's doing right now. He's going out there catching the deep balls and stuff like that, and doing what he has to do to you know, not only feed for himself but for the whole entire team and his family and stuff like that too. So it's nice.
I got two questions. One is, when you study film of defenses, are there tendencies you look for in guys that you're personally maybe going to take on once you get past the next level? And then the other thing is, you're going to Detroit. Did you ever watch any film of Barry Sanders? Know about his legacy?
Yeah. So to answer your first question, yeah, I do watch a lot of tendencies with defenses and stuff like that. You know, I try to see what their strengths are and also what their weaknesses are. You know, if they're stepping a certain way when it's a run play action, or you know, if we're you know doing a short game and stuff like that, or even more so in the deep game. You know, I try to recognize all those things, especially like I said in the run game. You know, I want to know where the three tech's at. I want to know where the nine is, how the nine's playing. Is he more upfield, or is he more attacking the tackle or the tight end tackle combination? So, you know, I just try to watch those little things and try to implement it in my game and even with practice. You know, just so that way I have a better understanding. And when it comes Sunday, I'm out there flying and I'm not thinking at all. So, and then yeah, to your point, when you go to Detroit, you know, Motown and all that good stuff, the Ford Central, you know, how can you not think about Barry? I was able to meet him when I was running track my junior year at the national championship in Eugene, Oregon. I met him for the first time and I got to talk to him. He didn't know much about me at the time, so you know, I'm just a football player at the time running track. But yeah, I got a chance to meet him, and he's definitely an amazing guy. And then you go and cut on the tape. You know, how can you not mimic what he's done? He left it all out there. You know, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer. And that's something that you want to implement in your game, especially me. You know, like I told you guys before, my mentality, my mindset is I want a gold jacket no matter what. And, you know, I'm still gonna work my tail off to get to it. But like I said, you just have to watch those guys and really appreciate for what they've done. And they transpired the game, and that's something I try to do. So, all right, appreciate y'all.
Just getting a tune-up. We're all right. We'll be okay. It's just the first week of the season, and Notre Dame will do just fine. It is weird though. I don't know anybody. I know like 3 or 4 guys that are like 5th years. I think that everybody in the locker room says that's how you know you're getting old.
Like, how do you feel just entering a new season, and just how do you feel about how all the stuff you implemented in the off season is getting you ready to go here in 2021?
I feel good. I feel really good. I feel confident. I feel excited to get going. I know our team feels the same way. I think personally, you still got to continue to make strides every day. We talk about it, even just this morning. No matter what happens to you, you got to make sure you're learning all the time, getting better every single day, every technique you use, every workout that you do. And that's just going to continue to be the process from week 1 to week 17 and hopefully beyond. And so, hopefully just keep stacking days, start with a great challenge in Detroit this week, and excited to get it going.
Your level of excitement in seeing the Aquara brothers again?
Yeah, I know the 2 of them well. I had Romeo my first 3 years at Notre Dame in practice every day, and then Julian my last 2. So the 2 of them are great guys. They're great competitors, very, very talented. Proud of the way that they've made careers for themselves. You always want to see your former teammates do well and have success in their personal careers, and the 2 of them are no shortage of that. So excited to see them again. Brock Wright and Tommy Kramer are also on the Lions. So it's going to be a nice little ND reunion with me and Banks and those guys.
Might be a better question for Jimmy Garoppolo, but what does having a veteran center give you guys in what could be a loud environment on Sunday? Does that help you down at the tackle position?
Yeah, I think so. I think anytime you have a guy like Alex Mack in the middle of your offense, directing, calling the shots, making sure everybody's on the same page, working through the small details that he always is obsessed with and does so well, it makes everybody around him better. There isn't a detail that's untouched. There isn't a look that's not thought about. There isn't a small thing, just like a cadence that isn't worried about by Alex. And our whole team is better by that. And I'm sure it makes Jimmy's job a lot easier when he can take control of a silent cadence. And if it comes down to it, Dan will have to do his part too with the tap or whatever. It'll be nice. We haven't, that was the one advantage of playing offensive line in the COVID season was the getting away from the silent cadence. But it's back, and we've worked it really good, and I'm excited to get it going.
How does he look going into this season opener compared to past years? And obviously, he seems more in control of the offense. And how's that reflected just out of?
Well, I think, like you said, he's in control of everything. He's done a great job all off season of understanding what he needs to do, the leader he needs to be, and every day you just kind of keep seeing that confidence build and build and build. And I think he's going to have a great season. He's been pushed to the limit with all the stuff that's happened this year, and I think he's responded in just getting better from every single thing that's been thrown at him, which is why he's the captain of this team. It's why he has done such an unbelievable job for us when he's out there, and I don't expect anything less. And it's number 10 is going to have a great year, and excited to be one of the guys in front of him.
Lions appear to be rebuilding. They had one of the worst defenses in the NFL last year, et cetera, et cetera. You guys are big favorites. Does there have to be a discussion of, hey, can't overlook these guys, it's the NFL?
Yeah, I don't think there needs to be a discussion about it at all. I think everybody in our room and in our locker room and our coaching staff understands that. The NFL is the best league in the world because of the competitive nature of every single week and every single game. Anybody can win on any given Sunday, and that's why they made a movie about it. It's one of those things where the character of the guys in this locker room, no matter who you're going against, whether it was, 2 weeks ago when another team didn't even travel their top 20, 30 guys and we go out and play as hard as we can, you don't see that change with our football team, and that's never going to be something that we worry about here.
Is it more fun for you guys in your position group in particular, knowing that you're probably going to run the ball a lot versus, being in pass pro 50 times a game?
Well, yeah, obviously it's exciting to know that you're a focal point of the game plan and a focal point and a strength of the football team, and the fact that that's what we want to center our game around. But we're a group that's ready for anything. We've all worked hard on all skill sets of what it takes to play offensive line. including myself. Obviously, it's been well documented of the battles that we've all had there. But it's going to be a great year. I think offensive line wise, we have an unbelievably great group. Arguably 2 Hall of Famers, one of the best guards in football, Dan who does everything well. And, I like to consider myself in that group too. So it's going to be a great group. We're excited that like you said, we're going to get after people, and our offense is hopefully going to go through us. All right, guys. Thanks. Yep. See you guys in Detroit.
Great. Blessed. Glad to be here. That's for sure.
What have these first few days been like for you? What's been the major acclimation process that's gone on here?
Well, it's truly been one of those tornadoes. That's for sure. You can never train for this. You can never, as hard as you want to work out, or you figure that you got it and you're ready to go. There's always that ramp up when you get back amongst men that's actually doing it on a everyday basis, catching up to the pack. And that's the thing, catching up to those guys and meeting them where they at. And that first day was a nail biter, but after a while, we start, getting your legs up under you. Get acclimated in playing in something like this, where it's always go, 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 go. It's a first, so truly grateful for the op to be able to do that and be in that position, to challenge myself and such. And yeah, I'm excited.
Josh, a lot of accomplished veterans will wait until training camp is over to sign, for obvious reasons. Did you do that? Were you fielding offers before, or why did you end up signing so relatively late?
I mean, honestly, I've been blessed to play this game for 10 years, man, honestly. Whole decade in the sense of, a lot of people go through life and they find out what they want to do, right? And they go to college, they go to school, and they become a professional in it. I got my professional degree in football. And honestly, this is kind of how I've been my whole life, and it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. And this time of year, I can honestly say I've done what I want to do in this league except one thing, and that's winning a championship. So my next suitor for me was going to be who that was on my list, and San Fran was at the very top of that list. And we had I would say, we've been talking to each other for a while. We've been courting each other for quite some time, so it's been months we've been courting each other, and some other teams was in the mix of that, and do I care to say no, because I'm here. But to say why did I choose to take my time, because for me, I want to get it right. I wanted to get it right, and to have the opportunity to sit out and see and wager the bets and see who was at that top, and these guys stuck through it through the end, and I was ready to go. The first week I had a target date that I wanted to hit. I wanted to be signed before the first week of going into the game, and I was going to work on my own off season, and so 49ers stuck with us this whole time, and we ended up talking, and it came to where we wanted to be in the sense of, I'm here to win a championship. It's not so much about the numbers now than it is about, getting a ring on my hand and hosting that Lombardi, something that I've always cherished to do. And I feel like this team has that ability and have the capabilities to make that happen. And I'm going to do everything in my power to help to push us, to the edge and getting that done.
Do you think you're caught up to the point where you could play 40, 50 snaps on Sundays?
My mindset is. I don't see nothing wrong with that. From my mindset being state where I'm ready to go. You always got to be ready to go. I think that's your professional job and your assignment. No matter if you just came off the street or you've been here for a while, you always have to have the mindset of getting crunched, thrown into the fray, and crunch time you gotta make a play. And I've always lived off of back against the wall, how you come out, and that's kind of how I take this approach.
Did you know Jimmy Ward or Carr or Barrett? Do you know them well at all? Did they talk to you before you came here?
Not really. I'm out those guys though from a distance. Like I said, I've been courting with San Fran for months, man, 2 to 3 months actually, and I've been seeing them through the preseason and some of their practices, watching some of you guys' videos actually, and then just catching them on the glimpse here and there, and just admiring them from afar. And I just always love the way they compete and work. They're scrappy guys, and they don't, get all the accolades they probably should get because of that front, man. Oh, my gosh. But it's just those guys come to work. They show up with their lunch pail and ready to work. They hard hats on and go and knocking down any wall that stands in front of them. And that's something to be said, and it's to be commended. They're really cool cats, and I'm so grateful to be a part of the DB room because a lot of rooms that like those guys. But I can say this, I'm extremely happy to have guys like that who's vets and savvy at the game.
As far as learning curves, is this similar to anything that you've done before defense-wise?
Yeah, similarities. There are similarities. I mean, when you look at it from, where I've been and other places, I think terminology though, that's a bit different. That's for sure different. But at the same time, it's the same concepts to you picking up coverages. And it's kind of funny because I was just talking to Jimmy, JV, and E-Man, some of the other guys that was there, that oh man, we get to drop certain coverages now and get to play on that wheel. And for us, we always wanted to do that. Throughout our professional career, we always wanted to drop out and not really midpoint, and that I get to do. So it's pretty cool to see that and let us play a bit, and I think that's fun.
Explain that a little bit, like what you're talking about there in layman's terms. What are you talking about?
Well, if I was explaining it in layman's terms, then you'd kind of get our playbook win. So can't really do that. But I'm having fun.
But you're basically, you're not going to know the whole defense or what everybody else is doing. You have an opportunity to just kind of pinpoint your particular assignment for this particular game plan.
Absolutely. I have a job. I have a specific job that I have to do, and know the coverages and then execute. That's pretty much it. I think everybody has a job and an assignment, and they have to execute. And so for us, it's the same way. And I don't have to hear all the other stuff that comes with it. I just got to hear what coverage is, and I got to go and play it.
You mentioned you had discussion for months. What was the point at which this worked out? Did they meet your price or?
Well, it was some things that they did. It was just like we had conversation with it, and it just got closer to that time to where, we both was antsy to get a deal done. And so came down to it. Hey, I'm excited to be here. Happens. I know this is COVID year, so things happen. I think the cap happened, and so be it. We landed here, and we accept the challenge to that. And they got 110% me, and I'm gonna give 110% everything I have for them. And so, yeah, here we are.
Any trepidation being on the West Coast so far from your horses?
Yeah, I don't have my boots with me, but no. I don't know. It's a different feel. I've never played on the West Coast like that for a period of time. I've always been on the East Coast. Now coming over here, it's a different vibe. I kind of caught myself the other day just, sitting back there on the gator after the practice and just looking out over the horizons and looking at those mountains like, man, this is perfect. Where have these been all these other years? Coming to something like this is just, it's beautiful, man. And it's a setting to where you feel like you appreciate it and you hear and you get to see all the, the beauty. Weather is just great. So you can't beat that. I was about to tweet something like, man, I love the squad because these guys are so inviting. They let me come in, let me be myself, and I'm just trying to, be a servant leader and help out where I can and, hitting the ground running.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you. Appreciate it.